Across the United States, a quiet revolution is reshaping the automotive landscape, a new era where vehicles aren't just efficient but self-sustaining, capable of generating their own power. What once sounded like a sci-fi fantasy is now emerging in garages, universities, and small startups across the nation. From solar integrations to regenerative hybrid systems, these 10 real self-powered car conversions are proving that America's car culture isn't just about horsepower anymore. It's about independence, innovation, and sustainability. The first wave of breakthroughs began with solar retrofits, where engineers and hobbyists started attaching thin-film solar panels directly to electric vehicles. Companies like Aptera Motors, based in California, are leading this charge. Their ultra-light three-wheeler uses aerodynamic design and 700 watts of onboard solar cells to charge itself while parked or driving. In ideal conditions, the Aptera can generate up to 40 miles of range per day purely from sunlight. That's not a concept, it's already a working prototype that's road legal and registered for production. Meanwhile, Lightyear, though originally a Dutch company, has partnered with U.S. engineers to explore its self-charging Lightyear 1 for the North American market, showing that solar integration is no longer niche, but a practical add-on for EVs in sunny states like California, Nevada, and Arizona. Another category of conversions gaining traction is kinetic energy recovery retrofits, systems that capture wasted motion and convert it into usable electricity. Some independent U.S. builders have been modifying hybrid drivetrains with enhanced KERS modules, similar to those used in Formula One. These modules harvest braking and suspension movement to power auxiliary systems or trickle charge the main battery pack. A standout project from a small workshop in Texas managed to build a self-charging pickup truck that extends its range by 12% using mechanical energy that would otherwise be lost as heat. It's not infinite energy, but it's a smart leap toward autonomy, and it works. Similarly, experimental builds at MIT's electric vehicle team have tested electromagnetic flywheels that regenerate current from rotational momentum, showing that micro-energy systems can meaningfully reduce external charging needs. Then comes hydrogen conversion hybrids, a growing trend where mechanics are retrofitting older combustion cars with hydrogen on-demand generators. Across California and Florida, enthusiasts are installing electrolysis units that split water into hydrogen and oxygen, feeding the hydrogen into the intake manifold to improve combustion and reduce fuel consumption. These aren't perpetual motion devices. They simply use excess alternator energy to create cleaner burn cycles. But the results are real. Dyno tests have shown modest but measurable gains in mileage and emission reduction. The U.S. Department of Energy has even been tracking several small-scale fleets experimenting with onboard hydrogen production for fleet sustainability studies. It's an unconventional approach, but it's part of the larger self-powering movement, using what a car already produces to sustain itself longer. The fourth wave of conversions revolves around wind and airflow energy capture. Engineers in Oregon and Arizona have built experimental body panels housing micro-turbines that spin as air passes through ducts in the car's chassis. The airflow during highway speeds generates a small but continuous trickle of electricity, enough to power lighting systems or ventilation fans without draining the battery. Although it's not yet mass market ready, companies like Tesla Labs Volunteers and DIY innovators on platforms like Instructables and YouTube have successfully demonstrated real prototypes capable of sustaining low-power systems entirely from air movement. The fifth and sixth examples lie in regenerative suspension and thermoelectric recovery systems. American startup Clear Motion and researchers from UC Berkeley have designed suspensions that turn road vibrations into electric current. Every bump or dip you drive over helps recharge the onboard system. Imagine a vehicle that uses potholes to power itself. On the thermoelectric side, several conversion kits now exist that capture exhaust heat and turn it into usable voltage through the Seebeck effect. Enthusiasts in Michigan have documented hybrid conversions where 5 to 10% of otherwise wasted thermal energy now flows back into the battery circuit. It's small progress, but multiplied across millions of miles, it's transformative. Another major leap comes from wireless induction conversions. U.S. garages in Washington and Illinois have installed inductive charging pads directly underneath driveways or parking spots, allowing vehicles to charge themselves automatically while stationary. No cables, no plugs. Some retrofitted systems even combine solar roofs with inductive ground pads, enabling complete daily autonomy for city commutes. Plugless Power, a Virginia-based company, has already commercialized versions compatible with Tesla and Nissan EVs, proving that self-charging can mean more than just motion. It can mean never touching a charger again. Even biofuel and waste-to-energy conversions deserve a spot in this top 10. In rural parts of the Midwest, small farmers and DIY engineers have converted diesel trucks to run partly on recycled cooking oil and biogas harvested from local waste. It's not electricity, but it's still self-powered, energy generated on-site, fueling transportation from resources that would otherwise be discarded. Finally, the 10th frontier is integrated hybridization, combining multiple self-powering systems into one intelligent vehicle. The most advanced experimental builds, like the ones emerging from the University of Michigan and private U.S. EV labs, combine solar, regenerative braking, thermoelectric, and kinetic recovery into a single control unit that optimizes every joule of available energy. The car becomes an ecosystem, balancing its energy flows dynamically, almost like a living organism that adapts to its environment. All of these conversions share one thing: they're not science fiction. They exist, they work, and they're slowly expanding what electric mobility really means in America. They show that energy independence isn't just about power grids or infrastructure. It's about innovation at the grassroots level, where visionaries with tools and imagination are building the future one circuit at a time. These aren't million-dollar corporate prototypes. Many are homegrown experiments proving that sustainability and performance can coexist in the same garage. The rise of self-powered cars isn't a dream anymore. It's a movement, and the U.S. is quietly becoming its proving ground.